So today, to get started, we're going to be looking at pictures of dots. And I'm only going to show you that picture for a few seconds. I want you just to look at it. And then I want you to see if you can recreate that picture in your notebook. And see if you can get the number of dots correct. Okay? It's kind of like math. And it's kind of using what we've been talking about of your brain likes groups. Some of these dots are going to be groups, and some of them are not. We're going to see which one's easier for you to remember. What's that, Mentor?
Are they tiny?
They're not tiny. They're pretty big. Okay. So underneath your title, you have the word dots. I want you to split your paper in half vertically, all the way down. Right in the middle. Nick, that's not quite the middle, but it's all right. Leave it. It's fine. All right, and then we're going to split it in half horizontally because I have 4 pictures.
We're starting at the red line?
Sure. I have 4 pictures that you're going to be looking at. Label your boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to be doing this for 4 different pictures. Are there any questions about what you're doing?
No.
Okay. So again, I'm going to show you a picture of dots. If you are not paying attention, you are not going to be able to do this very well because I am not showing you this picture for very long. It is a silent activity. Do not look at the dots and go, oh, it's 2. Don't do that. This is a chance for people to work on their own brain. Okay? And then you're going to try and recreate the pattern or the picture of dots in the correct box. First box, you're just working here. So whatever dot picture you see, you're going to draw it in box number 1.
How many boxes after, like...
You will have to figure that out.
No, like, there's going to be different sets that we're going to put in number 1.
There's only 1 for each one.
Oh.
Okay. All right, we ready? Ready? All right. See if you can recreate what picture you just saw. This is an independent activity. There is a right and wrong answer. You either get it or you don't. Lady, you want to close my door, please? Someone's having a bad day. If you know how many dots that was, if you want to put the number in box number 1, that would be helpful. Put the number. If you know how many dots it was, put the number. It's hard. A little tricky. Alright, scoot over to box number 2. Here comes picture number 2. Ready? Box number 2. See if you can recreate that picture in your notebook. And then if you know the number, you can put it next to that picture. Question?
I didn't even see it.
I know, it went by really quick. I told you, you gotta be paying attention. Question what?
We have to draw the picture that we saw?
Yeah.
Oh, this is weird.
Alright, picture number 3 coming at you. You ready? Set. Better be paying attention. Oh, come on. See if you can recreate that picture in your notebook. I want it to look exactly like the picture did.
Does it have to be identical?
Yes, as identical as it can be. And then if you figured out how many dots, write down that number also. Alright, picture number 4 coming at you. Ready? Set. Maybe if I can get it to work. Come on. Oh, ready?
I can't see.
Ooh, that was a tricky one. Alright, so if we go back to our first picture, whoops. How did you remember what to draw? How did you remember what to draw? Dorian?
Yeah, I just like took a quick look at it,
Uh-huh.
and then I figured out that there's four like on the top part and
Uh-huh.
then four on the bottom. And
Give me a Me Too signal if you also saw two groups. Oops. Come on. Right. Watch it right. Please. Why?
I think I figured out. We're doing this on number 8 on groups of things.
Alright, well, give me a Me Too signal if you also saw two groups of 4. One on top and one underneath. A lot of you saw two groups of 4. Raise your hand if you just straight away knew that was 8, just by looking at it. Some of you did that. That's fine. That's fine. What about image 2? How did you figure out that one? How did you remember what to draw? What trick did you use? Billy, what did you use?
At first when I looked at that one, I thought it was gonna be, I thought it was gonna be a different one on image 2, but instead they just turned it a different one.
So maybe, give me a Me Too signal if you used what you remembered from the first one to figure out the second one. A couple of you did that? Give me a Me Too signal if you used two groups of 4 again. A couple of you did that? Give me a Me Too signal if you just knew that was 8, right, just by looking at it. That could be a problem. Alright, what about this other one? This was a little tricky. Come on. How did you remember that one? Now we're getting a little bit bigger. How did you remember that one? Lainey, how did you remember that one to write it down?
Because I saw it and then I just made it hot.
Give me a Me Too signal if you also saw 3 groups of 4. That's how my brain works. I saw 3 groups of 4. Give me a Me Too signal if you saw 6 groups of 2. Or if you can now see 6 groups of 2.
That's what I did for everyone.
If you're confused where 6 groups of 2 might be, let's see if this one will write. No, I don't know why it won't write over here. But we have our 2 right here, our 2 right here, our 2 right here, 2 right here, 2 right here, and 2 right here. So maybe you saw 6 groups of 2. Kylie?
I saw that I knew that they were going to be all 4s, so all I see how many groups there were, so there were 3 groups, and I did 4 of this, so I could just remember it.
Great, 3 groups of 4. Nick, what are you thinking?
I just count how many there are because they're just so square.
Okay, so maybe you had enough time to count how many there were. Could be. Alright, this last one, I know you didn't have enough time to count because that was a lot. How did you remember how many dots there were? Because that's a lot. You couldn't have counted that so quickly. How are you going to remember? Aiden, how did you remember?
I saw 3
Huh?
in each row. So there was 3 groups of 4 in each row.
Okay.
So I just remembered.
So give me a Me Too signal. So what Aiden's saying is he said he saw 3 groups of 4, then 3 more groups of 4, and then 3 more groups of 4. So 3 rows of 3 groups of 4. A lot of you saw that. Very cool. How else did you see it? Kate, what did you see? So,
And I counted how many groups of 4.
Miss Miller,
yes.
we have Lily's one.
So Kate, what did you do?
So I counted all the groups of 4, so there was 9 groups of 4.
Awesome. So Kate just went ahead and counted all groups of 4, and he found there were 9 groups of 4. Did anyone else do that? Counted all 9 groups first? Okay, and then do 9 groups of 4. Anybody do it a different way? Ashlyn?
You can just look at the box.
Okay, so how is that going to help you figure out how many dots to draw?
Because in each row it's always 4. So that you can draw the 3 rows and make it look like block, and then there's 4 in each one.
Okay, so what Ashlyn's saying is she knew there was 3 columns and 3 rows, so she could kind of make this box shape out of her groups of 4 and fill it in that way. Dorian, what were you thinking?
So I'm just looking at I just counted the first. So do you know the first 2 sides?
Yep.
I just quickly counted the bottom piece, and then the top piece pretty quickly.
Yep.
And then I saw 3 groups of 4 notebooks.
Very good. Very good. Can I tell you that the reason you were able to figure out how many dots were there so fast is your brain loves with heart eye emojis, loves groups so much, and it's way faster. So underneath groups of things in your notebook, I want you to write, my brain loves groups. Your brain found groups automatically. I didn't tell you, hey, when I show you these dots, put them in groups. Your brain did it automatically. And that's way faster than trying to count every single dot. I didn't even give you enough time to count every single dot, especially not on that last one. Ugh. But yet you were able to figure it out because you organized it in your brain into groups. Pretty cool how your brain's working, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to continue putting things in groups today because mathematicians, while they are fantastic and brilliant on their own, they also work together. So just like we did yesterday working in teams, we're going to continue working in teams, and we're going to be solving some problems about school supplies. Okay? So I'm going to give you 2 pieces of paper. One of them looks like this, and then there's another piece of paper I don't have, but it looks very similar. You are going to need a pair of scissors, and you are going to need a glue stick. So while you're waiting for that, I need you to get out a pair of scissors and a glue stick. Alright, the directions. Say, Miguel and Brianna go shopping for school supplies at the store. Help them figure out how many of each they would like to buy. Use your counters to help make pictures. So go ahead and get out the counters and the counters only of your math kit. Get out the counters and the counters only of your math kit. Alright, so you have your counters on your desk, and we know that these friends are going school supply shopping, right? The first thing that they come across are erasers. It says erasers come in packages of 2. So on the side here, we have the number of packages. Oh man, why is this deciding not to work again? Oh, there it goes. Alright, so let's do 2. We need 2 packages of 2 erasers. Show me what that looks like with your counters. What would 2 packs, and each pack having 2 counters, look like? You can build it on your desk if your counter's on your notebook, or you can build it on your notebook if your counters are in your desk. 2 packages of 2 erasers. Please make your counters all one color, so either all yellow or all red. Perfect. I see Nick's got it. I see Lainey's got it. Aiden's got it. Kylie's got it. Make your counters all one color, please, Hunter. That way it's easier to see. I see Gio's got it. What I'm seeing is why. There it goes. Aiden?
2 plus 2 equals 4.
That would be a equation. I want an explanation sentence. Look at the chart that is in your notebook.
2 plus 2 equals 4. Wait, can I write different things, right?
Look at the chart that's in your notebook. William?
2 groups of 4.
Not 2 groups of 4. How many is in each group?
Equals 4.
How many is in each group?
2 groups of 2.
2. And that equals 4. We good with that?
Yes.
Alright. So let's try, if I can get my life together. Let's try number 3. If they buy 3 packages of erasers, what is that going to look like with your counters? Show me 3 packages of 2 erasers. 3 packages of 2 erasers. What is that going to look like? I should see, here's 2 erasers, here's 2 more erasers, here's 2 more erasers. What's going to be my repeated addition equation for that one? Kylie?
2 plus 2 plus 2
Equation.
equals 6.
Very good. You need to write that right here in pencil, please. Priya, what's up?
Another way to write the equation is 2 times 3.
Fantastic, but we have not done any multiplication yet. That's why that says repeated addition equation. What would be my explanation? How many groups am I working with? If you were playing with counters instead of writing, that's a problem.
3.
I have 2 hands. Come on, crew, get with it. Ashlyn, what's going to be my explanation?
3 groups of 2 equals 6.
Perfect. 3 groups of 2 equals 6. I have 3 groups of 2 in each group, and that equals 6. Are we clear on what you are doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first chart is erasers, and they come in packs of 2. The next thing that they're going to buy is journals, and they come in packs of 4. So that's going to look a little different. And then you're going to buy, pencils that come in packs of 10, and folders that come in packs of 5. So I want you building what this looks like together using your counters before you fill out the addition equation. Are there any questions about what you're doing in your partners?
No, ma'am. No.
We're good?
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it a group of